Giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth, and also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. And as you can see, I got this article right here, the connection between UFO sightings and national security. All right, in the national security, what they're talking about, right, how the UFOs go and mess with the nuclear missiles, all right, mess with the silos, all right. There's been a couple situations, all right. I remember years ago on Fox News, which I tried to find the video where the UFOs had shot like a little laser towards them, and basically the silos got the counting down, you know, and I think it went down to about 2. And then it turned it off. So really, that's the Most High showing his power, showing Esau, look, man, these are my weapons. It's written, let's grab that real quick. I have created the smith, all right, that blew off the coal in the fire. Those are his missiles, all right. That's not the Lord gave you the power. He gave you the wisdom to make it, you know, but those are still his missiles, all right? So let's look for that scripture, okay? This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. Let's check out some of those words real quick. Look at the word waster. All right, it means to destroy. All right, basically. Tomorrow to be spoiled. All right. So that's what the Lord created those nukes for. Look at that word instrument too. Let me see. I'm gonna try to get right to the point. It says a vessel, receptacle general, implement of hunting of war, all right, weapon, right? So a weapon, okay. So the Lord created these weapons, all right. But like it says in the book, I think it's Jeremiah, it says the Lord hath opened his armory, all right. Let's grab that one too, and we probably read a little something out of this. Out of this right here, out of this article, because that's another thing, right? And it's speaking about the UFOs. Now the UFOs, right, has always been around. Whenever something major happened, all right, throughout the earth, when you look throughout history, all right, the chariots is always there. Even Alexander the Greek spoke about them, you know, when he was conquering the Persians, you know. Or when he was conquering, period, you know, he seen the UFOs, you know. Oh, during 9/11, they also seen the UFOs, you know, and they had good footage of it too, man, you know. But that was something that was kept under wraps. So different major events, the chariots is always there, all right. And this major event was about to take place. Okay, whether it's Civil War or the pestilence, but ultimately the this destruction, right? Guess what's gonna be there? The chariots of the Most High, but also they're gonna be bringing destruction too and salvation. Okay, and that's according to the book to the book of Habakkuk, right? So let's get this in Jeremiah real quick. Jeremiah 50:25. The Lord hath opened his armory and brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, Yahweh of the host in the land of the Chaldeans. Come up against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, destroy her utterly, let nothing of her be left, right? And that's what's going to take place in Babylon, all right? The Lord's going to open up what his armory. Like I was saying, those are his weapons, all right? Let's look up that word armory too. It says, matter of fact, let's get right to the point. It says magazines of weapons. All right. Right. And what's the magazine? Magazine is a clip. All right. Magazines of weapons, figuratively of Yahweh's army. You see? So those missiles, all right, those chariots, all that is his army. Okay. Matter of fact, let me put that in real quick. Think some will pop up in the book of Revelations. Think it might be the 19th chapter. So bear with me. Right. This is Revelation 19:18. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. You see? So the Lord has an army too. And those are those nukes, all right? And those are those chariots, man. Okay? That's why I was written, what's that? Isaiah 66:15. Yeah, the Lord got he got an army too. The thing about it, you can't do nothing with his army. His army is unbeatable. You know, it's unstoppable. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with chariots like a whirlwind, to render his fury with rebuke and with flames of fire. And that's another thing what the chariots have in common with the nukes. They both they both use fire. Okay. The Lord said, what's that? I'll probably grab that next. All right. I'm come to send fire if it be not already kindled. Okay. You got to remember, like it says in the book of Peter, the first heaven, all right, which I grabbed it. Okay. It says, let me get through this. It says, for by fire and by the sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So look, the Lord is coming with the chariots, all right, which bring fire, right? But also he's coming with the nukes that also brings fire, right? And another thing, right, showing you when you read, what's that? The book of Joel, right? It says the missiles shall not break their rank. So the Lord, you know, he gonna have the angels, all right, and his spirit, you know, guide those missiles over here. Okay. Those missiles is what? Full of the Lord. All right, they are full of the Lord's spirit, all right, full of his judgment. All right. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. This is Joel 2:7. It says, matter of fact, when you read into it, right? Let's read into it. Joel 2:1. Blow ye a trumpet in Zion, sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh. For it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people, a strong, it's a lot of great people and a strong, and there have been ever the like, right? Because nuclear missiles have never been, you know, used in other kingdoms, all right. Neither shall there be any more after it, even to mean any to. Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them burneth the land, All right. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, right? Because look, right now it's in this regular form, right? That's what it's saying. And behind them a desolate wilderness. That's what it's gonna turn America to. All right. And behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, nothing shall escape them, right? The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. That's the horsemen shall they run, right? And they give the same description in the book of Revelations. All right. Like the noise of the chariots of the top of the mountain shall they leap, and like the noise of a flame of a fire that devours the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before the face of the people shall be much pain, and all faces shall gather together blackness. Listen to this: they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. You see? So they gonna come to do, all right, what they gonna do, all right? They're not gonna detour. Okay? All right, what's that? Things the book of Jeremiah. The Most High said his purpose is what? Is to destroy Babylon, you know? It says, neither shall one thrust upon another, they shall walk everyone in his path. They shall fall upon the sword, and they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro. Yeah, so your what you call that? Your missile defense system. That's not gonna work, bro. The missile defense system is not gonna work. They shall run to and fro. All right, that's why it says what? They shall fall upon the swords. Your nuclear defense system is not going to work. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter into the windows like a thief. All right, like it says, the day of the Lord shall come like a thief in the night. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun, the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shinings. All right, that's a great destruction. All right, you ain't gonna be able to see the sun and the moon. All right, especially if you in America. The Lord shall utter his voice before. Well, no, if you in America, you ain't seeing nothing anyway. So I'll take that back. So look, that smoke is gonna go up like it mentions in the book of Revelations, right? It's probably gonna stop people from actually seeing the sun and the moon and the stars. You know, the other nations that's actually looking at America being destroyed. You know, the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. You see, back again, you see, it's his army. And for his camp, he is very great, for he is strong, that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great, and a very terrible, and very terrible, and who can abide? Yeah, man. Hey, you won't be able to abide in that day. All right, when the Lord come with his chariots, all right, and his flames of fire. Okay, so let's hit a couple more scriptures, and I still want to read some from this article, right? Let me see. Fire and candle. Right, this is Luke 12:49. Right, it says, I have come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be not already kindled? Right, so that's what the Lord is coming to bring. All right, and like I was saying earlier, those nukes, all right, and those chariots is what? Instruments of fire, instruments that bring fire. All right, that brings destruction. Okay, and now. And really, you know, that just makes more of the things that we've been saying basically relevant, you know, because we've been saying this, right? But now, you know, the chariots is actually showing themselves more, right? And you hear more talks of what? Nuclear war. All right. Soon as Russia even feel like somebody is getting out of pocket, they instantly mention those missiles. The thing with NATO, it was like, okay, well, hey, we're going to bomb the shit out of you. All right? And the Lord is going to use these Russians and these other nations, all right, to bring this destruction. And also, I'm going to keep saying, also his chariots. Okay? That's what those was built for, right? But the chariots, right, have multiple purposes, all right? But I'm going to go back to that. But let me grab this in the book of Peter. 2 Peter, all right? The 3rd chapter. Matter of fact, I'll probably read in another translation. So, bear with me. I'm going to read it in the ISV. All right. 2 Peter 3:3. I'll start from 4. For by saying, matter of fact, I got to read from 3. First of all, you must understand this. The last days markers will come, following their own desires, and will ridicule us by saying, what happened to Yahushai's promise to return? Ever since our ancestors died, everything continued as it did from the beginning of the creation, but deliberately ignore the fact long ago the heavens existed and the earth was formed by Yahweh's word out of water with water, by which the world at this time was deluged with water and destroyed. So look, that was the first major destruction. All right. Now this second major destruction, all right, this gonna be just as worse. All right. The Lord is gonna destroy a whole kingdom. Okay. Let's read that over again. It says, by which the world at that time was deluged with water and destroyed. Now by the same word, the present heavens and earth have been reserved for fire. You see? So now the Lord is bringing what? Fire. That's how this society is going to go out. It's going to go out by fire. Okay? And being kept for the day when ungodly people will be judged and destroyed. And by what? That fire. That's how. That's how they going out. Now let's see. Matter of fact, let's read a little bit of this article. They say it's a 7-minute read. We're not going to read all 7 minutes. All right. Now, over the past few months, officials responsible for running the federal government's investigation into a anomalous phenomenon, or a UAP, the new term for UFOs, have been speaking publicly about their findings in March. All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, released its first report on its historical UFO sightings, concluded that it has not discovered any empirical evidence that any sightings of a UAP representing off-world technology or existence classified program that had been properly reported to Congress. Right. And that's another thing. That's why Trump started, the Space Force. Right. Because they know about the existence of the chariots. The AARO's acting Director Tim Phillips reiterated this point in the news conference. And look, they are working on weapons. All right. To try to fight Yahushua and his chariots. All right. That's why they got lasers or lasers on, what you call that? On their satellites, or sitting on their military bases. All right. So they can fight these other nations, but also mainly fight what? Yahushua. So they do have some kind of technology. It says, meanwhile, former director Sean Kirkpatrick has gone on record to criticize conspiracy theorists for making baseless claims. In a recent history interview, he expressed his exasperation at threats made to him and his family. None of this, however, had done anything to quell demands by some members in Congress, disclosure advocates for the U.S. government to release all its classified documents involving unidentified objects. Which, listen, only thing they got, all right, what I think is, the Chariots fucking with them, all right? But also, I remember growing up, used to hear about, used to watch these shows, and the UFOs or the Chariots would only abduct white people and beat the shit out of them and fucking torture them, then put their ass back on Earth. It was a show, it was a movie that came out, years ago. I think it might have been The First Kind or something. It came out years ago, man. I was a child, but they kidnapped this dude, tortured him, kicked his ass and shit. And dude was never the same, But I forgot completely, what the movie was about, But let's read a little bit more through this. On the fact we're going to go, all right, we can read through this. All right, to explain this change requires looking back to the history of the interest in UFOs. UFOs first became part of a popular culture after a private pilot by the name of Kenneth Arnold spotted disc-like objects flying in information. So like a flying in formation near Mount Rainier in Washington State in June 1947. Newspaper at the time dubbed them flying saucers over the summer. Hundreds of Americans seeing them, you see? So this ain't nothing new. World War II had just ended, you see? Like I was saying earlier, every time it's a big event, right? Or some big, the Chariots is always there. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union was underway. It would soon involve an unprecedented arms race that included atomic weapons. Yeah, and that's probably another reason why they got the weapon. But besides, them conquering the nations, but, when they seen that probably really scared the shit out of them. But also to develop other weapons like those lasers. You're right. All right, them having lasers, that's really old technology. They been had shit like that. All right, concentrated fire, which that's the Lord's technology. All right, the Chariots got that, but it's way more powerful. Watch that movie Independence Day with Will Smith. They just give you a small sample on what the Chariots can do. It says it would soon involve an unprecedented arms race that included atomic weapons, intercontinental ballistic weapons, surveillance balloons, high-altitude aircraft, and satellites. A lot was going over the heads of people across the world. For the most of them, it was a unnerving development. All right? Let's see. Can we get out of here? So when the speculation turned to who might be behind the mysterious flying saucers, attention was initially drawn to either the U.S. or Soviet militaries, or a possibility that it all can be chalked up to the war hysteria. Over the course of the 1950s, however, more and more people turned to the prospect that aliens were responsible, giving the remarkable shapes and bizarre characteristics of objects being reported. The widely presumed explanation for peculiar timing of their visit. It is not a peculiar, because look, when things take place in the earth, that's when the Chariots appear, man. Right? Because why? The Chariots orchestrate everything, okay? Just like when you read about the, I think it's in the book of Chronicles, right? And the Lord wanted to get in that king's mind. The king was strong-minded. And the Lord said, look, I go and be a lion tongue in his mouth. I might be mixing up a story, all right? But the Lord said, look, I go be a lion tongue in his mouth, So the Lord used the angels, all right, to go and manipulate things, okay? It says, particular timing, their visits was that extraterrestrial beings had been observing Earth from afar off, but seeing that we on Earth had unlocked the secret to nuclear power. Yeah, because they unlocked your minds, and were now concerned about dangers and hell for us the entire solar system, right? So look, I'm gonna stop right there, man. This article is not a bad article, you know. You should check it out. But with that, I'm giving all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashar Shai Bashimmer Kakadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Also, salutations. So, the argument that is pushing is true. And also, shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. Peace.